Dun, 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 dun. We are live, live, live. I am Pops, and here we are. It is post Halo Tuesday nights. We are going to have some fun. Ironcaster is with me, my friend. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. It has been a great Memorial Day weekend. I got to go travel, see my father. I saw a great movie.
That's awesome. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Loki is trying to be with us. He's had some stuff that's come up, so we'll see if he's able to hop in or not. We'll be kind of keeping an eye out for him or not. Oh, left my volume up on the alternate screen. Turn that down.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Okay. Yep. No, it feels so good that there's so many good things. Now, I haven't seen Top Gun, but it's obviously, I hear great things and it's going well. I'm enjoying Stranger Things, even though I can admit that it lags in the middle, but I'm having fun and it's a quality thing. Like it just shows how much you can accomplish when you wanted to have good stuff out there. I'm enjoying The Offer, which is a show. It's on Paramount Plus. I've talked about that briefly, how much I enjoyed that. It's just been a lot of positive things. I'm happy and I'm just so full of joy. We had a great stream. YouTube stuff's going well. And here we are. We're going to just chill for a minute, take a pause after Halo, just talk about the collectibles that we have, things that we're reading, enjoying, keeping, sharing, that kind of thing. Folks are coming in. Hey to Jace out there. Love you, my friend. Says hopes you guys can hop on our stream after. I will probably not be able to, man. I have got to film some videos. I've got to get some stuff in the can because I have a short week here in town. But I appreciate the offer, and if I can, I will try to. Big talk today. All right, yeah, I understand.
I should be able
Troy Pacelli in the house. See him tomorrow. He'll be with us on our news panel. We have a little repeat of that. I'll send out a message. We'll kind of talk about 2 or 3 stories like we've done before. And and Jace says just keep it up, Pops. So Ironcast, you going to be able to hop on Jace after we finish up here?
Yeah, I think I could probably swing by and see what's going on.
Throw your hat in the ring and your opinion to follow. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. So, well, listen, it was fun while it lasted. Halo was sort of like this. You summed it up best, and I don't know when you first said it, but it was when you see something as bad as Halo and it makes everything so brown, gray, and dingy. Other things that are good just shine like a brighter beacon, and I think that's exactly how I felt. So. That's kind of how I feel right now.
And and because I want to avoid really giving it too much away about the movie, but I would say that definitely helped for Top Gun. It made me just appreciate that movie that much more.
I heard the most flattering thing right now is it's fun. Fun. It's fun. It's like it's a lot of action. It's got some patriotic elements. It's unapologetically an action film. People look good. It deals with people dealing with their age crisis in a proper way. I mean, it just sounds like things that I would want to see. So I am on slate for this weekend. I had a little minor skirmish at home, so I wasn't able to go this last weekend. I am going for sure. Again, just happy to find good things. My wife and I watched. It's a really dumb movie. It's called Daddy Home with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. It's a comedy from a few years ago, and it's just dumb Will Ferrell humor.
Okay.
And we just laughed. We just had fun. Like it doesn't have to be a great movie. It just has to be something that we can enjoy spending time together and taking something in. So yeah.
See, I kind of go back and forth on Will Ferrell. There's roles he does that I think are brilliant. Like I think my favorite role from him has got to be Mugatu in the first Zoolander.
Okay. That's like a Saturday Night Live skit. Yeah, I get it. Total transformation. Yeah. A big fan of Elf.
All-time favorite.
I'm a big fan of him in Elf. I don't think there's anything particularly special about this role other than just him. Basically, it's just him doing comedy. Mark Wahlberg looking like the hot guy. Mark Wahlberg's the real dad coming in with Will Ferrell, who's the stepdad. Is Mr. Insecure.
Oh.
Jokes are silly. Jokes are dumb. But we just sat, we laughed a little bit, had some fun, and we've been watching. There's a older TV show. It's been off the air. It's called Pushing Daisies. We love Pushing Daisies. We watch that all the time. So, let's see here. Jace just giving me some encouragement. Appreciate that, bro. Couldn't have gotten to where I'm at. I crossed 1,000 this last weekend. in large part, you were part of that. Ironcaster's been part of that. Troy's been part of that. Everyone in the chat, you're part of that, and I feel so blessed. And he's going to be Raging Jace. Well, I got a little bit ragey in my Obi-Wan video. So, hey there. Thanks for dropping in, Tommy. Appreciate you coming in there. Another Fox. And say good to have something to listen to after I did end up on the hospital again. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. Sorry to hear that. Listen, I understand you got to take care of yourself. So tonight is not our normal thing where we're going to, dive deep into a movie or a topic or something like that. This is more, we've been doing the Halo stream for so many weeks now, and it is just going to be a little more fun. We talk about different collectibles, different things we have, share and listen to you guys in chat too about some different things. So I'm gonna let Ironcaster kick it off here. He can share something that he has in his collection, talk about whatever. We'll go from there.
Well, let me pull up my other display. Got to behind the scenes stuff. I went to a little Comic-Con this weekend.
Strange. Oh, okay, perfect, great. Let's make him bigger so I can get this full experience.
And a while back, I was going through reading some of the original Doctor Strange. Some of like the 90s stuff, and I thought this was a great costume. I thought it's like an all-black suit. He like has out of magic and the goggles. He looks kind of sinister to him. And so I was at this little convention, and I'm talking with some family. I'm talking with my dad about some stuff, and I'm like, I gotta get this. I think it was a great costume that just no one talks about. So that was kind of something I got from this weekend. But I got a little stack here, about finger length or so. I can just kind of show some stuff off.
All right, let's do it. Let's do a few. And ooh, Death in the Family. This is a very high recommend from me. This is Batman 424 to 428, I believe. Lived through this in real time. Lived through that in real time. So, folks, in this, there's a story where Batman's facing the Joker. This is Jason Todd Robin. He's been kidnapped and missing. And the third issue in the series, they actually had a vote. Well, it happened. The vote poll was before this, but the third issue is the results of a vote poll from the readers, whether or not Jason lives or not. He does not live. Spoiler alert. What a journey and what a spread when you see it. If you haven't read this before, man, oh, so good.
So just to pull this out, actually, I can pull this out for a bit and we can look at it a little bit. This is, I guess, an early printing of it because I believe in the fourth issue of it, he becomes the ambassador of another country.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go. Let's get back to this. Yeah. All right.
And
it's going to be the third issue and is when the death actually happens. But yeah, it's there's a lot of overseas stuff, something like this, and I love the Aparo art. This is Starlin and Aparo, I believe.
One of my favorite things. I love just the overemphasis of the Joker's face here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. This is very indicative of this era of how they handled him. And also notice that Jason Todd up top there. Look at how he looks like an adult. Like he doesn't look like a 9-year-old or something. Some people think of Robin as this child. Even some of the Jason Todd issues where he's young. It's like, no, he's a pretty formidable guy. He's not, he's not like some little 100-pound teenager. He's a formidable dude. So yeah, traditional stuff. Yeah, that Joker on the left of that panel, that's the Joker. That's what we get in this era. It's really good. So
he's got that long, extended face that just it looks sinister. Whereas you look at your heroes, they have this very square jaw. It's they're very opposite and dynamic.
Yep. Look at that. Look at that panel there with that Joker. He's just they kept the purple, but he'll do jackets and different things. It's so good. It's awesome. It's good stuff. Yeah, this is a high recommend.
This was a book I managed to buy for about $2. This collection.
Yeah, you can find it. It's just older. It's just not a high demand in graphic novels. People, it's like it takes up a lot of space. Just takes a lot of space. Tommy says he used to have this one. Tommy, I don't know. On a scale of 10, man, this is like a plus read for me. This is a must read. It's one of those great ones. You can't be a Batman fan if you didn't take in Death in the Family. So,
yeah.
All right.
I've never even been a huge Batman. Oh,
yeah. That's the crowbar scenes. It starts to get brutal. So don't go any further because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. But yeah, Yeah, this is the left shot. There is the crowbar to the head, and he's got him in a vulnerable spot, and he curls up in a little ball there on the right, and then you can see the crowbar is coming up, and coming down. So, yeah, switch to something else. I don't want to spoil how it goes, because there is a shock factor that is done so beautifully. And let me just say that the more recent season of Titans, I think, kind of dabbled with this scene. Like they tried to give it a little bit of justice.
Yeah, it's
It
like I said, this isn't the best
didn't play,
copy,
but
but
no, look, look. I'll be honest. Trade
it's a really good
paperbacks.
copy.
Well, trade paperbacks are not usually worth a ton of money. There are some that are, so I don't want to make that a unilateral thing. But
I mean,
yeah.
Oh, and then kind of one of the other.
Look.
Oh, actually, that's all I have for this pile
here.
here.
Jace was exposed to death in the family when he was a little lad. We continue to explain the all right. Ooh, now we're talking something that I know you're into.
Yeah, I absolutely love this series. I got all 5 volumes, and in fact, I have multiple versions of a couple of them. Common America started as a parody of Carol Danvers of Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel.
Yep.
And has frankly gone on to become a bit of a, in our own way, worldwide phenomenon.
Yep. That's a great amalgam of what Miss Marvel was kind of like.
And unfortunately, it's in the bag. You can't really, it isn't as obvious, but you kind of got that, it's kind of got a bit of a lenticular sort of effect to it.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And, it's.
I think we could tell. We could tell when you moved it. Yep. Pretty awesome.
And then, of course, and then by about volume 3, they moved over to the hardcovers.
Yep.
Including one of my favorite pieces on the back.
Oh, that's awesome. That's fantastic.
It's just enjoying it.
Not even taking themselves too serious. It's perfect. That's perfect. Chris Purge is in the house. Yeah, show and tell night, man. We took in a break. It's therapy night after Halo. We survived Halo. We'll be doing some different stuff. Loki hasn't been able to join us yet. He may be able to. He's got some stuff going on. We're doing some show and tell, just talking about the collectibles, different things, and great stuff he's able to pick up at a Comic-Con up there in Michigan.
These ones were the Indiegogo.
Oh, these are the Indiegogo Come Americas. Okay, perfect. Yep.
Yeah, and this is volume 5. This one is like brand new.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And I mean, it's got solid art to it.
Yep, absolutely. High quality paper. I love it.
Like some sort of not Power Rangers-esque characters and totally not Mega Man-esque characters in there.
Yep. All right, sounds good.
And where is that? I have a pack of cards here. I can.
All right. Well, let's do those in a minute. We'll come back to those in a minute.
All right.
Yeah. Let's.
That way, I'm not gonna.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We'll come back to those in a second. All right. Let me figure out. I don't. So I have 2 comics. These are the most recent 2 comic books that I've bought.
Okay.
I don't, and again, I'm not counting like Indiegogo kind of thing. I'm counting stuff that's that would be different. I'm like an actual from a store. So these were a super deal. This is an Uncanny X-Men 177. It's this really cool Wolverine cover. Again, a little bit of glare, so I get the glare off of there, as you can see. Super nice, super clean. Yeah, just beautiful art, beautiful stuff. And along that same vein, he had Uncanny 180, which is also a super cool with Storm on the cover. Love that.
And she's got the mohawk.
Yeah, Hawkstorm, man. She's transition to that. I love this. Very, very cool. Where they handle the artwork, trying to show her wind powers and control of the elements and that kind of thing. So
who was your favorite X-Men character?
Favorite X-Men character? I think it depends on the story. Like which story? Obviously Wolverine has a lot of great stuff, and Wolverine has a great standalone stories. Like if I'm reading Like the Frank Miller, Chris Claremont miniseries is truly fantastic. There's tons of great stories. I really enjoy sort of like, I always call it the Blue Team X-Men, and that kind of become this, during my Nexus years of when I was really reading X-Men regularly. So yeah, that was kind of my thing. So it's more of the traditional, Jean and Scott dynamic with Storm, Gambit, Wolverine. Colossus is fine. Beast is fine. I don't, it's just little story elements matter to more than like I had a favorite character. I was really not into the X-Men when it was happening in real time. I was kind of late to the game. I have a friend, that's all he had. He was into New Mutants and all of that. And then once you have this spike into the early 90s, I started doing a flea market booth where I was, selling comic books. That's when it was like, okay, well, I got to get them anyway. And then I really started reading. And then once I started reading, I kind of worked my way out. And then it was like about acquiring different things and stuff like that. So I really started to fall more in love with sort of like the Professor X versus Magneto angles. Like there's so many different angles that pop up over the years. So
it's really, I mean, it's really a good dynamic between those two. I mean,
sure.
one sort of has one has that more moralistic, idealistic view, and one has the more grounded kind of, I don't want to say utilitarian view.
Well, it's definitely a lot of parallel. People read too much into Marvel's intent. Marvel's intent was to just be lazy, creating origins and create something that was fun. But obviously, they're by default become a very MLK versus Malcolm X approach to freedom, liberty, and those kinds of things, identity, persecution. So that was a lot of there, and that dynamic carries on through multiple stories, even late into the 90s with once there's a character called Exodus. So you have the Extinction Agenda, you have different things that come on to play. So a lot of these stories, it just keeps going. So Ironcaster, they want to know totally great comic stories and art. Do you have any Jason Momoa things? The digs just keep on coming, I say.
I might have a season of Stargate Atlantis around here, but that's about all I can hold up.
They're like, Storm is more punk was my babe at the time. I like the punk look. I didn't have a preference with Storm too much. Didn't really have too much of a favor. The person says, wow, you can tell that Jimmy JR is just fantastic. So
for the X-Men myself, I as a kid I was always like, oh, Gambit's the cool one because he's got like this bow staff, he makes the things explode, he throws them.
Sure.
But as I've matured and I've kind of become more of an adult, because I think we're all kind of kids at heart. I've kind of gone more towards Nightcrawler and Magneto as kind of those two I go to, because I see Nightcrawler as that soul of the team.
Sure.
That he was that kind of bringing everyone together, and it's always kind of unfortunate because the movies never quite got the full grasp of the character. They only seem to understand that that kind of Catholic guilt, but they never got the fact that the character's also this swashbuckler. He was this kid of the circus. He was a big fan of Errol Flynn.
Yeah, I think we got year one version of Nightcrawler in X2. Like we had a good start, and then it just sort of like, the third movie was just crap, and then it just kind of fizzled out from there. So Gap Stargate's hopping in saying, hey everybody, great to see Gap here. Might talk about stuff to showcase. He could just show off everything. So spelling disease hit me today. So yeah, you're so let me share just I'll do a little quick while I try to fix the cam. This was more like just for fun. Thought I would share, because when you have, I have thousands of comic books still, and I have this shenanigans. Oh. I had this. I thought this would be fun to show. So Loki, this was join the T Force, Mr. T Force. It is Rocky 3 weekend, by the way. It was 40th anniversary of Rocky. So let's make this bigger.
Oh, was it this year?
Yeah, it's the 40th anniversary of Rocky 3. So Mr. T, and then to make it even more complete, free trading card inside T Force. Look at that series.
I have the trading card.
Look at that. Look at that. It's fantastically fun right there. I don't know how I even got these, man. They're like literally. There are literally there's at least three copies of things in here. I don't even know what I'm looking at. This is just so strange. This is how my life goes. Oh, sorry. Let's try to put this back together here. Let's put this back side by side. Yeah. So let me change my camera back, and then I'll see if I can flip it. If I take them out of the bag, what happens? So I don't know what to do about the lights, guys. I'm so sorry. This is such a work in progress trying to manage everything. I'm going to open this and then see what the other one are, because there are multiple copies in here, but they're not of the same book. That's a different color. So let me pull them out, and then we'll see what they are.
It could be like 1, 2, and 3.
Well, it's Mr. T for sure, and the one I showed you was number 3. It's from Now. Yeah, it's 2 copies of the other one. Oh, it's a good face. So it's 2 copies of. I don't have my glasses in here. Of this issue, it's a double-sized issue. But the art. Let's go to the art. That's fantastic. It's so much fun.
Oh, we gotta take a look at this.
It's so much fun. It's so much fun. Look at this. It's so great. He pities the fool for sure. Look at that. It's so much fun.
Don't put me on no planes.
Nope. No, Mr. T doesn't act. And it's like, we have Sleepwalker. Okay, sure you do. So, yeah, Now Comics did some Mr. T's back in the day. So, there we go. We got it. So, yeah. All right. Well, that's, I don't, yeah, we'll go back to you and let you go to something else if you like.
I might have to, after this move, and go grab another little something off the shelf, but
you're fine. You're fine. Do what you got to do. At some point, we'll do one of these. I have a couple cards here, so I'll open one of my card packs. We'll do that in a minute. So let's see what we got. Comments. I got to keep up with chat. Otherwise, chat will get too far ahead of us. I should check before we switch because people might have comments or questions. How to have the original Fox and Little Fox here? Oh God, yeah, I know, man. It's awesome, man. We're having a great time. And Gap's here. So, pity the fool. Pity the fool. Cool comic. Yeah, man. Listen, they are. They were just in stuff, and I'll show you how I found them. And I'm going to wait as long as possible to show you something else I found in case Loki came, because I held them aside for him. But they were with these. You're not going to, I mean, like, they don't go together. So, all right, man. What's next on the slate for you?
Well, I've just got, I should probably move my camera over. We were kind of talking about trading cards a little while recently.
Yep.
And I was going to my local hobby shop, and they just kind of happen to have like cards for Ultraman.
So give me a frame of reference of what you think this is. You think this is like just new stuff, retro stuff? What do you think this is even in here? I don't even know what to expect.
So it's honestly, I'll be honest. I have opened this. It's just been sitting in my car a while. But it'll be much like kind of a lot of the other, like, movie trading cards, or that we're going to be seeing probably a lot of monsters and some action scenes of Ultraman. Which, it's kind of interesting the way they pack these, because it's very much
But it's a pretty new pack. It's not something that's been sitting around for a long time.
Right. This is like, I think, late last year, early this year.
Gotcha. That's awesome. Oh yeah, that's pretty retro.
Of course, it's using a lot of like 1970s footage.
That's fine. That's cool.
And so Ultraman started as a series that used a bunch of leftover Godzilla sets.
Mm-hmm.
And so much so that they even used a very similar costume.
Yep. All right. Next one. Oh, that's a crazy looking creature.
Kind of my reason. Wow, my camera will not focus.
It's still a little blurry. Yeah.
Hey, there we go.
There goes it. Well, it kind of like it can't decide for sure, but that's actually significantly better. The eyes on that thing is crazy. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh, hey, there.
Oh, I like the backs. The backs are cool. That's good. That's very retro feeling. Yeah, that's what Gap Starbake says. Yeah, nice retro feel. Yeah, man, I like that. That's really cool.
Captain Muramatsu introduces the go-to to the other members of the Science Patrol, who has been away on Southern American journey for decades. But there's something strange about Goto. When he's alone, he injects himself with a mysterious liquid, and soon becomes a frightening monster, which Ultraman must come to battle.
Awesome. All right.
And kind of I was wanting to check out something, just kind of just pick up a couple random packs, and
Yep.
you know, hey, kind of little taste into some of the series. For
Sure.
example, Ultra Q was the series that came before Ultraman, which started something of a kind of sci-fi like uh, special effects show without necessarily being about monsters, about being like a superhero.
Yeah, grow. Okay. Very cool.
And again, it's just
I
I
like
love
that
the
it pings around
versatility.
different eras. It's definitely trying to pull from some different things, so that's pretty
Mhm.
cool. All right, keep going.
Also, just getting to see some random like big monsters on like these little sets, I think is pretty neat.
Yeah, true.
Including
It's a great mask with a scale. The thing he's holding there just like kind of ruins the scale. It seemed like this menacing looking creature if that wasn't in the foreground. That's kind of funny.
let me get my selfie in first.
Yes, that's awesome. What it looks like. The primordial amphibian Raygon.
Like, so I got a copy of the Power Rangers role playing game, and I was wanting to grab these just to kind of like, I figured if I could just grab a bunch of random monster designs, I could use them for running a game.
It's cool.
Which, yeah, I'd say that will probably do the trick.
That one looks that's pretty weak looking. That's like a dog puppet. That one's pretty sad looking. That's pretty sad looking.
It
Go
it
ahead.
looks like it's just a hand on a puppet.
Yeah, it looks like a hand puppet. Yeah.
Don't hurt me, Ultraman.
I'm gonna get you, Ultraman. Yeah. Where is that one? I mean, look how good that looks. It's awesome.
It's like, what's going on? There's an Ultraman fighting an Ultraman.
Yeah, it's cool. The trading cards are awesome, man.
And
Almost.
it's like,
It's a fair amount of cards in a pack too.
Need,
yeah.
you may not
depth on
necessarily
the
know
other.
as much about the show to kind of
Sure.
like, oh, this like these are cool monsters.
Yeah.
There's a giant poop monster coming out of a cave.
I don't know what's happening there, but it's pretty awesome. I'm just down with finding out more. So, well, that's kind of cool. It's like an insert card almost, like an art card.
It's like I feel like I should grab out the 3D glasses for this.
Yeah, it's kind of like what they're going for. What's it say on the back? Because sometimes on the back it'll tell us what that.
Oh, and then in the back.
It is a 3D card. That's why. Yeah. Yeah, they have the glasses, the picture of the glasses right there, folks. That's what you used to put it on your face to have the 3D effect. So
here's the best I can do. Whoa.
Yeah. That's so much fun. That's so awesome. That is so awesome. So, all right. Well, as I mentioned earlier in the show, what we have Tommy. Tommy brought up a good question. Let's deal with this here for a minute. So I don't know how much Ironcaster has read. He says, "How do you feel about the Claremont era of X-Men? I do recall from my time it had so much mixed reviews from my friends and others. What are your thoughts?"
I mean, given I'd say ultimately looking back on it, the legacy of it, I dare say the Claremont run of X-Men overall is probably one of the greatest comic runs of all time. It's 17 years of legacy that to this day they're still kind of grabbing, pulling from for material for the movies. I mean, we got the Dark Phoenix saga twice.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, the Claremont run first and foremost is almost like the premiere series. Like it's just the one that lasts the longest. It's the most dynamic, introducing new characters, story arcs. I think I had said, and I would stand by, when I got this Marvel app for my kids, one of the things I reread was the Dark Phoenix saga. And to this day, just it holds up so good. It's great comic book run. Those 9 issues are jam-packed full of Hellfire Club, first introduced Dazzler, tons of dynamic characters,
Mojo in the Mojo verse.
Yeah, that's good stuff. But I mean, just the amount of stuff that he worked with and transformed over the years and the decades. When you start getting into Days of Future Past and some of the other storylines, are so good. I was not into X-Men when it was happening in real time. Got into it even later than most people. Like, definitely by the time you got to the 91 series, I was already in. Like, I probably had at least a long box of X-Men comics. But again, I was doing shop work. So I was, flipping, trading, buying, stuff like that. And anything new I was buying. Now, they got a little carried away. They were running like 6 or 7 titles at one point. I mean, there were so many issues. There was, yeah.
Like,
there was a lot. X Factor, Excalibur, regular X-Men, Uncanny X-Men. Then you had Wolverine. They all got made. Yeah, Excalibur mentioned that. Yeah, and then they all had miniseries, so you'd always have these other little side titles. Wolverine had his own title, so it was a lot of X-Men. X-Men was huge during that era, and of course Claremont got to write alongside Jim Lee for that famous 91 series. Claremont was one of my faves, and it's so amazing. I couldn't agree more, Tom. Couldn't agree more. Gap says, I saw an Ultra Man figure at Walmart. It looks pretty. So I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Like this?
Might be that one.
The little Miko?
Yeah. Pretty good. Yes.
I may or may not have them fight robots, but not on camera.
Christian Fandom Geek is here. Hey, bud. How you doing, man? So I took some heat. Had my little take on Obi-Wan, of course. So I've had my pros and cons. People agree and disagree with me, which is pretty awesome because that's kind of the point of doing some of this stuff. So it was funny saying, oh, we're going to do this show and like what kind of stuff do we have? And I thought, well, it would only be fitting to show like stupid, silly things I also own. Like, okay, first off, Christian Geek, why is my video hilarious? Is it just because you saw me actually get emotionally angry and stuff? Like I'm not Jace Fox? Is that basically you saw me get like I was really, really stressed? If that's what you mean, yeah, it is pretty. And actually, the comments that made it even more amusing because one of the comments says, you can tell he's not a real Star Wars fan. So, ironically, as we were cleaning the house this weekend and we were looking at stuff, does a fake Star Wars fan own Wampa slippers? Does he?
Wampa.
I wear them. They are super warm. I have Wampa slippers, my friends. Yes, it's true. For those of you that like the prequels, I have a Jawa tin, and I purposely don't ever use them all. Otherwise, I'm likely with my brain as you get older. Some of you in the chat might actually know what I'm talking about. You actually will lose track of what they are. It is actually a Q-tip holder.
Oh.
I leave a couple in there.
Back when you could actually just slap Star Wars on anything and it would just...
Well, that's what happened during the prequels, my friend. This was Revenge of the Sith era, obviously. So those were a couple of the like really, really silly Star Wars things that I have. I thought I would share because I'm like, yeah, that's a little. So, chat, I gotta keep up with chat. Got to keep up with chat. So just wait. I'm ready to rage. Yeah, Jace is wanting us to come on tonight. Yeah. So, and he just says it was funny. I want to know more. Why? I want to know why. So, Troy says every time I hear the creature's name, I think of the Kinder commercial. Wampa. Yes. You wanted to get at Kathleen Kennedy just because she's in charge, man. Like you don't care. I just get frustrated. I'm just frustrated. And just smash the like button. Just smash it.
Hey, do that. Help us.
Step out on it. Push it gently if you want. It's fine with me. It helps the algorithm nonsense. So
hit the Wolverine snickety snick button.
Yes. Chris taking us back to comic book talk. Wolverine's Weapon X run is a pivotal story arc, although Uncanny X-Men 133 is what truly set the stage for Wolverine. Him going solo against Hellfire Club to rescue the X-Men. Oh, yeah. You know what? Absolutely. Chris Persia, even Marvel Comics Presents, where you actually get the original Weapon X, experimentation. Those covers, whew, oh, such good stuff. Oh, they're so good. They're so good. I don't think I have any more of those, but yeah, and that Hellfire Club stuff and him getting Berserker on them, and yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Ask Andrew. And Jace, that fracking woman.
At least he's going for some other sci-fi insults.
Yes. Hey, listen, he's adapting well around me. I have to admit, I'm trying to be a decent enough influence. So, all right. What would you like to do next? Do you want to go, or should we open a pack of cards?
Oh, I'm actually out of stuff right now. So
okay, well, I will go. Let me switch my camera. We'll keep it up here, and I will switch. Okay, so this is not genre stuff. I do have genre stuff, so I'm going to tease that. So this is actually, it's sports. I know it's sports, folks, but I'm teasing because at the end we'll do this. I have an original. I have original 1982 wax packs of Tron. I'm a super Tron nerd. Okay? Uber Tron nerd.
We can learn how to beat the Tron video game.
Yes, it was always so much fun to try. So we're not doing this yet. Make you wait for it. So this is a 1983 pack. It still has gum, and unless you guys are going to go over to my PayPal and PayPal me money, I would ask for at least, I don't know, what's a fair price to chew gum from 1983.
83.
Mm-hmm. What do you think? $83? I'm not gonna get $83. It would have to be at least $50 for me to chew this gum. So here we go. Then wax packs are waxy. Just so you,
How
for
about
those
you
of
at
you who
least
don't know,
you at least snap it?
it's already broken. They don't.
Oh.
They're so rigid at this age. It's very rare you find a solid piece. They're usually just floating around in there. And there will probably be gum residuals on the actual card. So, and we'll see if any of you, I don't know if anybody cares about football, but here we go.
Money shot's gonna be that gum.
Here's the gum. It's on the bottom. We'll get to that then. So, yeah, here's the cards and the designs. Can't tell you I remember every player. Might know a few. Here's a famous Jets player, Joe Fields. Okay, let's see if we got anything. Here's a interior linebacker. Doug English. I know who that is. I like she.
Hey, he's Lions.
He played against the Bucks when I was a kid, so that's the only reason I know who he is. I'm down here in Tampa. Mike Pruitt, running back for the Browns. Oh, this is a good example of the issue with cards in this era. See how on the right side the white border is real thick, but on the left it's real skinny? They're all off center. Yeah. So this is the problem with cards back then. And they did have some cards that had puzzles. This is a puzzle on the back of some cards. This is this is a sticker. Okay. Chris Collinsworth sticker. Announcer. Here he is as a Bengal receiver back in the day.
You can make Jace jealous of that one.
Nolan Cromwell. Cowboy. Butch Johnson. Wes Chandler. Mike Renfro. Bunch of players. Nothing cool. Checklist cards are actually kind of cool. It's pretty hard to find good checklist cards because they're usually pretty beat up. And there's the gum. There's the gum.
Can you break it in half?
Well, it's in half. You can break it again?
Yeah. I just want to hear the.
Let's see if I can. I'll do it in the mic. Here, let's do it this way. Let's switch the camera back then. I want to give you the full effect if we can. 1983 gum popping. Ready?
Oh,
it is rock hard. It is rock hard.
That was the most exciting part of the pack.
I know. Because who cares? I mean, it's football, and it's not even football cards that are good. It's not like I'm going to open up. It's not like we're opening up like the '84 set where you get all the rookie cards that actually matter. This is the year before, so right. I have no idea how I got them. They were in a box with other stuff, folks. They've been around for a minute.
A lot of it was just kind of these like sideline photos of them of like sitting on the bench.
Yeah, they're not even action photos. No. Since we're talking comics, Optic Blast, like that like button. Thank you, Chris. Doing that thing. Good old Tron. Yes, good Tron. 1982 Tron. We got to do a 40th anniversary stream to tribute to Tron. I have to figure out who to invite. We'll have to blow up. I am a massive Tron fan. Gap was going back to the Obi-Wan thing with Reva references and oohing over Tron. Yes, we will open those in a minute. I promise. We'll open one. I'm not going to open them all. Don't make Jace rage now. And that gum might be radioactive after all that. But do I get superpowers if I chew it?
You just turn stretchy and then you harden and get snapped in half.
Oh yeah, Gap. Yeah, it's awesome, bro. Thanks so much.
I think everyone liked the sound of the gum snap.
Listen, we can break it again. Let's break it one more time. Why not? This is the whole point. Let's take a break, have some fun. Ready? Oh, that one was louder, I thought. It is. I mean, it is rock hard. I'm not even sure I could chew that proper. I mean, I'm not sure it will ever get chewable. It'll just be like hard gum pieces in my mouth flipping around. So,
all right.
Yeah.
I need to take like 2 minutes to grab something.
You're fine. I can. I'll just keep going with all my nonsense. So I'm going to go big.
I got something special.
So this is actually headed to Argentina. My friend Zanzoltan. I can't say, man. You guys come up with names that are hard for an old man like me. This is a luggage tag. It's part of Smuggler Bounty stuff. So if you remember, there was Smuggler Bounty. I don't even know if Smuggler Bounty survived the pandemic or not. But they had these boxes that would go out, and I got a lot of boxes. So it's one of those things I kept because it was Boba Fett. I love freaking Boba Fett. I can't help it. So that actually survived, and that was a thing. But it's headed to Argentina to be part of his collection now. So this is a really just another goofy toy. I don't know how I've kept it. I don't even know. This strikes me as the kind of thing that I got as a gift, someone being funny, and it has like the residue of a clearance sticker. So it's the kind of thing that someone didn't know how to get me, but they were like, well, you know what? He likes nerdy stuff. Let's just get it. It'll be funny. And it is. I've never opened it. So maybe I should. Maybe that's the whole point. The button doesn't do anything. It's from Men in Black 3. It's my own neuralizer. Look, I got a neuralizer. That's to help me forget Obi-Wan when it's all over. There you go. I've never opened it. Maybe I should. So, yeah, that was a gift. I don't know. It was in the stuff, and it was just there. I'm like, oh, I'm going to throw that in the box to come for this stream. And then I want to save. I have one thing down here I wanted to save for him. So I'll go back to a couple comics, but I don't want to switch cameras because switching back and forth is kind of a hassle. I'm very boomer. I got to get another camera. I realized if I had another webcam, this would actually be significantly better. But those Uncanny comics were in the same bin with these. And I will admit that some stuff is modern, but I didn't get them through a store. They kind of came to me. So long stories. I don't know what to tell you. So this is actually, these are called Virgin covers. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. It's a Batman cover, 107. It's a pretty recent cover. But notice there's no logo on the top. They call that a Virgin cover. So if you ever see something that may be priced differently or whatever, ask yourself if it's a Virgin cover. And this is its variant cover based on the character that's inside. And I just thought they were cool. So I don't know if I got them together or how I got one. And there's like similar things. So this is not Virgin. See, it has a logo on top. This is Alien. Love Alien stuff, as you guys have heard me talk about several times. And this would be a variant cover of the same issue. This is relatively recent Marvel stuff. And I think, if I remember correctly, this was literally like the end of a con, and there was a box. And I just said, well, how much for the whole box? And that's what I got. I got a whole box of it. And that's what was in there. Some of the stuff.
That's always a fun way to get some collections built.
If you're ever there in the last day of the con, that's the way to go. Look for that guy. Because I remember there was a situation where I had all the kids. And so I have 5 kids, and we had like church kids, I think, maybe on that trip. And there was like a bucket of toys, like a plastic bin of toys. And it was like, they were like picking through. The guy was like, it'll be some. I said, no, how much for like the bin? Just how much for the bin? I'll give you like $50 for the whole bin. You know what I mean? There's like probably 50 toys in there, 30 toys in there. You just let the kids all have 1 or 2 or whatever. So yeah, that's what I do. I'm just weird that way. It's how I roll. All right, let's get back and let Ironcaster do his thing. I can reshuffle my stuff because I've created a big mess by doing it this way. That'll give me a chance to catch up. So, all right, you can switch your cam.
All right, yeah. Just had to kind of move a little stuff, and well, actually, let me shuffle a little bit here because it's always fun to get back to.
While you're doing that, Tommy says, was on a date once, and a cinema down where I used to live, outside the cinema, showed Tron and Flash Gordon. Ooh, that would be so cool. She hated Tron and left, but it was the best, so I would not listen to her. You know what? I have a story. My wife, she's going to be... I'm not sure if I get in trouble for these kind of moments or not. I don't think women know how hot the nerds get whenever they do nerdy things or they say nerdy things. I forget how we got to this moment. And then she goes, maybe it was Queen music. Anyway, she said something about Flash Gordon. And I kid you not, she just goes, Flash. And I just went like, I was so excited. You just went nerdy on me. And she's like, and then we did it together. We did it like in unison. And I'm like, oh, that's my lady right there, man. And she was like all giddy and embarrassed because she's not nerdy at all. But obviously, it's that old stuff. She just knows it to her core. And yeah, that was hard. That actually happened.
It's those niche things. Once if you get a guy who gets super into something, and then the girl like does a little bit of it, and it is the most exciting thing ever.
We totally get excited. So, I don't know, maybe you guys agree with me or not. Maybe I was just, I don't know. It's my lady. I can't help it. So talking through the whole movie, man. Oh, okay. Yeah. She's got to go. She can't talk too much. Have you seen all the Batman 89 hardcover with all the issues? It's pretty cool. Listen, Gap. The Virgin Batman 89 cover with the flowing cape that matches the Superman 78 with the flowing cape, they're beautiful. They're a little out of my price range for a beautiful like 9.8 graded one because they're basically like wall art for me. So if they're wall art for me, they're going to be like the ones that are behind me because I don't really care if I sell them or not. It'll be easier for my family to sell them if something were to happen to me. And I don't want to go through the hassle of getting them graded because they're not going to be a lot, but it's like 100, 150 or so each. They are super cool. And yes, they do look like Christopher Reeve and they do look like Michael Keaton in costume, and they are beautiful. So Tommy says, one of my exes did dress up as Leia at slave costume. Oh, woo. Yes. Depending on the girl. Mm-hmm. 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 Jace is like, oh, Dad. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There you go. All right, Ironcaster, I think we're caught up on chats. So what's up next on our silliness here?
I am a bit of a fan of the trade paperbacks just because I think it's easy and convenient to get a story, especially if you can get some of the other sub issues and stories in there.
I couldn't agree more. It's also great to just read because you'll say, so listen, if I go to a convention, I can probably get that book for $5. It's like you can just get it from. So now it's a great way to read it. The issues inside, if you try to collect them, I don't know what the issue numbers are. You have to read it for me. The camera did focus, but I couldn't read what it said. Giant size X-Men 1 Raw will be hundreds of dollars. That's a great book. That introduces all these characters as a team. And then of course X-Men 94 to 110. That's some key Claremont issues. And then the crossovers with Iron Fist, team up issues. Oh yeah, that's a great read. Ooh, it's a great read. And just a great introduction if you've never got it. So 75 to 78. Yeah.
This is I think one of the best places to start with X-Men because there's a lot of really great stuff. It's just this gets into what is the most iconic team.
Yeah, and you get like the origin, you get like the introduction of the new team, the new characters too. So you have the old team, new team. It's great stuff. Yeah. And then that 94 to 110. You're talking quintessential Claremont, some John Byrne art. Just great stuff. Look at that Magneto. Oh my gosh. Look at that, folks. If you're into comic books and you don't get a little bit excited about that issue, ooh, look at that.
I am Magneto.
Oh, that's so good. Oh man, it's so good.
We got friggin' Iron Fist and Wolverine in the other costume.
Yeah, that's crossover stuff. That's from good crossovers. Look at Spidey's in some of those. Yeah.
The whole group shot. Oh, how can you not love this?
Oh yeah, man. And Byrne is a genius. I don't know if he did all these issues. I don't want to give him total credit because I'd have to look up to who did some of them to make sure I don't misspeak. But he was just a genius at giving them some dynamic appearances in addition to using the space. Like, look, a lot of the airspace is taken up, and notice Banshee does get his room. Like he's not being squeezed out or anything like that. So
one of my favorite bits is the way they kind of make Storm have a bit of a kind of fairy inspired design to her with the pointed eyes, the whited out. Just a lot of little things to appreciate. The way Banshee's costume, the stripes just give him that sense of motion.
Yep.
Even though he somehow has all this like kind of feathered hair that never gets in his face when he flies.
Dave Cockrum is one of the artists on some of these. I'll make sure I give some proper credits here. So on some of these in these issues, this Salbasima. I assume it's Bushima. I may have that wrong, but I don't know. Oh, Hulk's
We
got a
even got
little
Hulk in
bit.
here.
I'm not sure what issue we're on. You said it ran from 94 to 110. Oh, 100 is a great issue. That's what that cover comes from. When you go back to your cover, that's the cover from Uncanny X-Men 100. That's basically a recreation of that cover. You get in the first battle of Juggernaut, which is in 102. That's Dave Cockrum. So he's in there doing that art. Oh, it's just such good stuff. Lots of first appearances, so you get great introductions. So yeah, I misspoke about John Byrne. A lot of that is Dave Cockrum. I give him credit. Gotta give people the right people credit. Sorry, I misspoke. For you diehard X-Men people out there, I messed up. Jason's a big fan
so
of that.
quickly, they're already bringing in
1010. Yeah,
we're already getting elements of like the Phoenix Force kind of hinted at here.
Yeah.
The Shi'ar show up. It's a fun run. Just like it is one of those great soap operas of spandex.
Yes, it really is. All right, what else you got there? Oh, the Claremont Miller. Oh, we're into like my baby phases. Oh my gosh, this is so good. I'm so happy. I reread this. I loved it so much. Look at that cover.
Oh I love that cover.
It's the best. It's like one of the best ever. And the best is it's like the covers. The cover is almost ruined by having the art and the title on it. And I wish there was a version cover, but it would be like a re-release thing. But it's still so good.
I mean,
it's funny how Miller wrote. Go ahead.
The claws look kind of weird on it, but it's just, you kind of forgive it for just the look on Wolverine's face. He's just the threat of come and get it, bub.
Yeah, because he was really trying to exaggerate that they're bigger than his head. It almost kind of looks weird because he's holding them up so high, and then you'd have no perspective because he's so close to his body. Like it looks just kind of misproportioned in a way, but at the same time, you're just like, nope, I don't want any part of Wolverine. And it's funny how good Miller's art can be because he gets, it's a lot of Batman stuff. His art is weird and strange. So, yeah, this is a great graphic novel. And trust me, folks, this is way cheaper than buying these issues. I think I paid $40 for my #1 back in the day. And it only graded out as like a 9.4. I had it graded and sold it. And, yeah, it's so good. The stories are so good. Oh, my gosh. And, yeah. And Wolverine was not gay. Just for those crazy people that write today. Tick me off. Great story. There's a cover there, 173. Yep.
And we got Rogue in the back.
Yep.
Oh, and then finally on the back.
Yeah, that's kind of that's the famous cover, Wolverine #1 limited series. So, all right.
So,
Cyberfrog, you have the one with you. Mine's at my desk in my farm. That's the big one. That's the 90s series.
Big old complete 90s.
Yep, from Harris and stuff like that. So yeah. I really love how meta. Well, you jumped ahead past all the black and white stuff. The black and white stuff's in the old. Yeah, this is the old Harry where it first began. Cyberfrog is very meta. He's like, okay, I'll let you read about this backstory or something, and I'll take a nap. And it was just so funny, just how meta Ethan Van Sciver was back in the day.
Very much kind of in following in that reign of all the turtle stuff.
Oh, totally. It's a total spoof on the Turtles. Absolutely. Which is a spoof on Daredevil. So it's just like, it's great. You're like, dude. Yeah, Jason's in love with all of our comic book stuff here. Yeah, it is. It is such good stuff. All right. Show off a little bit of the color.
All right. Let's kind of
jump ahead a little bit. Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
look at that. He is so detailed. He is just boss at drawing the stuff,
and he's only gotten better with time.
Oh yeah, the new stuff is even more intricate. I was thinking about just doing kind of like an issue by issue breakdown and do like a re-review of them all. It's just going to be the time consuming part of it all. I got to figure out this desk cam thing to make it a little more user friendly to do it that way. But yeah, I have the exact same thing on my desk. Does he
course, we
still
gotta
make
have
Cyberpunk? Yes,
that
he does.
90s
It's all.
big ponytails.
It's over on Indiegogo and it is on eBay. You can go to both things and get copies of stuff at a reasonable, decent price. And if it's not reasonable at the moment, especially if it's on the eBay stuff, just add to a watch list and keep an eye on it because he does do sales all the time.
He'll also put out some bundles with like a hat and a comic.
Yeah, that's kind of how I
believe.
got one of them. I got like a hoodie.
You know, I do have a story about my Cyberfrog hoodie now, thanks to this weekend.
Okay, awesome.
So I went to a Comic-Con this weekend, and I was in there kind of walking around, looking around, and one of the comic shop retailers recognized it. He was just about on the spot, ready to evangelize Ethan Van Sciver, like how he's kind of helped to revolutionize the comic industry for new people coming in. How he's really pushed the Indiegogo thing and Comicsgate.
Sure.
How he with one book was able to outsell almost the entire industry.
Yep, it was over $2 million. Tommy, I didn't read them in the real time, so I'm a little jealous. Didn't read them. I didn't see a Ninja Turtle book right away. Like it was years later. So I'll come back around to that story. We'll talk Ninja Turtle stuff. So all right, that's good, man. What else you got?
Oh,
yeah, Salamandroid, the big brother. Look at that.
That's
more like that's where the modern stuff is. That's what it looks like. There he is as a sunbeam. That's so funny. No, when you flip it to. Don't see the back cover. There, him in the corner is a sunbeam. It's one of his famous gags.
The human sunbeam. You know, I really like just on the cover. Like, there's that like kind of almost like fake leather-esque feel to it. It feels really good to run your hands over.
Mm-hmm.
But last thing I got for this little go around, Elric of Melibone.
All right, something I'm not familiar with. So very, very cool.
So Elric of Melibone is a character that I got turned on to by Razorfist.
Okay.
And it was largely ripped off for The Witcher.
Okay.
He's a character called the White Wolf. He's let me kind of go through here and be a little careful with art, I think. Anyway, he's this like sickly weak prince who was at the time when he was made to be this exact opposite of Conan the Barbarian.
Okay.
Moorcock's writers wanted him to go and do a Conan ripoff, but he decided instead, what if I do the complete opposite? This is a sickly weak prince who's got magic that he needs to sustain himself. He's battling the balance between order and chaos.
Very, very cool. I'd give it a read. I'm not a huge fan of most fantasy comic books, but I'd give anything a read once. I love Conan stuff. I had Dragonlance when that rebooted. I had, there was D&D stuff that's been done over the years. So that's so cool. That kind of reminds me of this whole Stranger Things season. They kind of got that kind of imagery going on with this creature they got going on.
And like his people are supposed to be these like sort of like dark and twisted people who will take pleasure in the suffering of others, like basically turning people into like furniture, and like, oh, they'll have humans modified to be able to only perform one perfect chord.
Very
like
awesome.
I said, it's all for like some kind of twisted harmony of music.
I always love it when the graphic novels have like sketch drawings and concept stuff, things like that. It's like you get into their mind a little bit on creating. I think it helps people that are interested in being a creator a little bit more insights and stuff like that. And they're of course great. You can find out other stuff that's out there to get. Perfect.
Yep. And there are about 4 or 5 volumes of this out now.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. I don't really know much about that one, so awesome. Well, I am going to switch my cam. Let's go back together to double. Switch my cam back. This was for you. This was entirely for you.
Ooh, I see
I have no idea, bro. It's a Magnavox cartridge. It was
Huh.
literally in trash. At the when we first bought our house, there was this thing, and it was just full of trash. And I saved this out of that. There's no chance it'll work. I mean, it's a complete mess. However, the fact that there is like an Odyssey 2 Magnavox cartridge, and I've kept it. And I just threw it in this box, and I just kind of left it there. I didn't clean the cart. This controller was with it.
I like
So
it's very got that very sort of retro aesthetic to it.
yeah, I'm thinking about just. I mean, I don't know what you think. Is there if there's even a proper way to try to clean it? I was just going to use an alcohol wipe and just clean it. I'm not. It's not going to work. Like I thought about even trying to remove the cord, but it's intact.
Honestly, looking at it, I'd almost want to like try to turn it into like wall art or like make a clock out of it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I
Because I
just
mean, I've seen people will take like records and old Nintendo cartridges, and they would do
yeah,
that.
that's cool. That's cool.
And I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of like it. The art there reminds me a little bit of Star Wars because a couple of like droids, like a
Well, I
couple of
assume it's
R2s.
yeah. I mean, I assume it literally is. I think that says. Yeah, I can't get to focus enough. I think it says 1978 on it. So I assume this is literally like spun off from that time frame, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, that's something I just so I have like these random things. I'm not into gaming, not my thing, but yeah. So all right. It's 7 or no, it's only 6:30. We have plenty of time. We have plenty of time to come back to Tron. We have
We just got to
plenty of
kind of
time.
keep teasing people, remind them. Oh,
Yeah, it's
the
coming.
Tron is coming.
It's coming, and I have a couple.
Well, we obviously don't want to go and waste all the good packs tonight.
We're only opening one. I thought about giving them away whenever I could, because I mean, I know there's 1,000 subscribers. Everybody's excited about it, but I'm like, no, until I'm monetized, we're not doing that yet. So we'll have a celebration for being monetized, and that's when I'll give away a bunch of junk and stuff like that I have and things like that. So, all right, so we got a whole way to catch up here. Hang on.
Okay, good. I can show this off.
Big fan of Ethan Van Sciver, and I did have some friends of mine who did import anime movies and comics for me and Jace. Awesome. And that's how he says that's how he got to see Kimba the White Lion and some good comics. Okay. And the Badger was a big fave of mine. Yeah, Badger, Mike Barron, and a little jealous of Jace who got to talk with him. Yeah. He needs to set me up. I don't have my contact information on Mike Barron, Jace. Just a reminder. Magnavox Odyssey 2. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the original came out in like 72.
Had most of the consoles back in the day. Yeah. I had Atari. And I actually didn't own it. Like it was like we couldn't afford it, but I had an aunt and a boyfriend bought it for her. And I remember we'd sit in her room on the edge of her bed and we'd just play. And she wouldn't even be home. And I'd be in there playing Pac-Man and learn how to beat all these different games. That was it. And didn't have games. Went to arcades. That's where I played video games, man. Was in arcades.
For me, it was the original Nintendo. Was that like first console? I can remember like trying to play Tecmo Bowl and playing Pac-Man and Mario Brothers.
And like I said, there is a massive overlap in my era between comic books and cards and all that kind of stuff. So I will switch my camera back so you can see. This is a sports thing, so I won't spin my wheels because I know you guys don't care as much about sports. So obviously I live in Florida. This is the actual original premiere thing they did in 1992. So every year for the first 2 years they did this. I have no idea where I got this, but I know I have it, and I know that is Shaquille O'Neal's rookie card.
Ooh.
So I will be trying to figure that out.
The great Irish basketball player, Shaquille O'Neal.
Great Irish, yeah. Here it came. I have a game. I have ticket stubs. I never went to a game, so I'm not sure how I got this.
Of course, you totally went. Look, you've got the tickets.
I am not. I've never been to a Magic game, but I have a parking pass and the whole nine. But it's basically just their team. Yeah, my wife and I opened the box, and I was like, "Oh, look at that!" I said, "I remember having that. I didn't know I still had that." So I will let Ironcaster show something. Before I do, we will come back around to.
I have one last piece here.
I have the trade. Did I show these off here with you? These trading cards?
I think you might have just kind of started to show it.
Okay, I know I did on. I know we did a little bit with our Star Wars streams. We were trying to celebrate the 45th anniversary, and I know we opened them up and we did a few cards. So
I too have a sports collection of cards to show off, but mine aren't quite as conventional as yours.
all right.
Unfortunately,
those are Pokemon holograms, right? No,
No,
that's
this is
Roadrunner.
all-
That's Looney Tune holograms.
yeah, this is like all Looney Tunes.
This is the Upper Deck series from '92, I bet. Look on the back to see if it has. Is there a back to them? Yeah. Is there anything on the back, or are they white on the back?
They're all white in the back.
Yeah.
These are 1990.
1990. Okay, I was off a little bit. I didn't know they
Oh
went
wow,
full-
you even get a little bit of the 3D effect to it there. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. They're definitely 3D, and they actually have a little bit of a color tinting to them. They're not colored, but they do have a tinting. So the shoes are obviously a different color than the glove, basically. So very cool. Yeah, I remember that set.
Yeah, I need to replace
You
this whole
need to
thing.
switch
But
those out. There you go. You get a better idea with looking at the cards. See how they're kind of blended, where you get all the different characters, and I think there are some where you see the players and the Looney Tune characters on the same card.
yeah, like in fact, it's not only that. There's also a whole set in here that's just like a full like Looney Tunes cartoon essentially.
Yeah, they do them in like each page is its own thing. Yeah. There's a Disney one that's like that too, but the Looney Tune ones had 2 or 3 years that were like this.
And like this whole
Man,
binder
great.
is just
Brandon, the Looney Tune guy, would be going crazy, man. I wonder if he has this kind of stuff. Yeah, that's funny though. I remember those. I didn't know it was 90. I would have thought it would have been later than that. I thought they didn't go foil until those were in foil seal packs. They weren't in like regular wax packs. I thought those were 91 or 92, but very cool. Very, very cool. Oh, we got a ton of chat again, so we got to keep up with chat. So let's go back to here.
we have a new picture.
Yes.
Foghorn.
Foghorn Leghorn. Nope. No, it's just that was the announcer. That's not Foghorn Leghorn. That's just the announcer. It's a different cartoon.
He is in here, but
Yeah. That's awesome. All right, so let's see. Commodore 64 was a big fave, and arcades was the best thing to go to and have fun and sneak in some beer. Okay, I will be honest, I didn't sneak in beer that young. Sneaking the beer didn't come until later. Look at the weird, the primitive Foghorn Leghorn in that one photo on the one card at the top. Those are kind of primitive Foghorn Leghorn. I don't remember that cartoon very much. I remember the baseball episode, but I didn't remember that version of Foghorn. That's interesting.
yeah, I want to say it was almost like it was all just like solely done for this because, to my knowledge, I've never seen a big old like kind of crossover sort of Looney Tunes baseball thing where all the tunes play.
Yeah, that's Mike Barron comment. Okay, very cool. Yeah, that's what they are. There was a couple different series, I believe. I think there was 2 or 3 years of these things. I remember like a bluish pack and an orange pack. I don't know which year goes with which. The card is blue, so I would assume that's what they were. So Looney Tunes All Stars, Chuck Jones. There they are.
Original story and drawings by Chuck Jones. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Yeah, very good. Oh dear, very good, Marvin. Awesome, man. All right, well, let's go back over. We'll do a couple more cards, and then we'll open these.
Let me mute this just because it's maybe a noise.
Yeah. All right. So this is an actual. This is trading cards. It's a full set of Empire Strikes Back. These are the stickers. These are the stickers. Puzzles on the back to make the poster. And usually there's multiple. Yeah. Okay. And this is not the first series of Empire Strikes Back, so they would have different series. So this is actually one of the more later series. These are, as you can see, cards 133 to 264. So it's not.
I really like that Vader art.
This art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's simple. It's one I would love just to have as just like a poster by itself.
Oh, you could find one. So what was interesting was they go through, and obviously once you get into the later series, the photos tend to be a little bit more like esoteric, and I love that they would do these behind the scenes one where you get like set photos and set stuff from it, and they have different comments on the back.
Yeah, because it was kind of from an era from when like everyone wanted to know everything about the movie, and
Oh
like,
my gosh, it was a phenomenon. It's all that went on for years. So look, there's or on set with Mark Hamill, and they're prepping Peter's costume. So much fun, isn't it?
I forget how tall he actually is sometimes.
There's the kiss, the almost kiss, and then let's see, Yoda. Try out of you. And then famous image of Chewie in some snow. Han, you can tell. Look how bad the centering is. Look how the top. There's no top. It cut off completely. But this, like I said, during the pandemic, this stuff went bonkers in price because people were fishing them out and trying to find the perfect ones. And then you get them graded. They're in these hard cases, but you can't find them.
Like,
well, this era is because see all the different borders and stuff. It's like so hard to find. I mean, a card perfect anyway is hard to find, let alone one that's this old.
Well, I think it was just all trading cards. Like, it got so bad that Walmart and Myers had to like basically put Magic and Pokemon cards basically behind lock and key.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too that happened, and we could do this. It would be kind of fun to do this if you guys wanted to do it. They would do a card break. So similar to like we broke open a pack. What they do is they would do a whole box. And I never really understood how this would work. And what they would also do is you would pay to be in a break. So let's say it was a hard box to find. So let's say we found a box of these, right? It would be several $100s to buy a box. Well, maybe you can't afford to buy a box, but maybe for $10 you get one pack, right? And then each person gets a pack. So you get enough people. Let's say you had 30 people. Well, there's probably 36 packs in a box. So let's say, we all went in. Let's say it was, $10. And then when you just would open them on live camera, and then you would say, all right, well, this is Ironcaster's pack. And you open it up and like, all right, there you go. He got the insert card. He got the rookie card. He got the hologram magic card. He got whatever, and they would it was a big thing. Something to do during the pandemic, man. I can't dog them. So, well, let's do Tron.
All right.
We've gotten here. Here we go. This is 1982. These are actually a very small pack. This is only 8 cards. These are very thin. So not very many.
Do you know how many pack cards were in the set?
I will bet on 90. It was either 88 or 100. I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm sorry. I don't have a set.
It was probably...
It's 1982.
Paper size.
We'll look up in a minute. Anyway, so here we go. Our Tron wax pack. Yep, smells like 1982.
Smells like a DeLorean.
No, that was 1984. DeLoreans came along later. This is before this light cycle. Oh, puzzles. Always have puzzles on the backs of their cards.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, it is. It is a light cycle. Look at that. Oh my gosh, the first card. Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful card.
Love it.
That's a beautiful card right there. That's a giveaway card. And just the color dynamics that they captured in these trading cards were really cool. Puzzles obviously on the back.
The way they captured it all was really neat.
Yeah, look at that transfer. Really nice transfer for a trading card.
Might want to.
Oh, another one. Look at that. Oh, I thought I was. Oh, geez. I'm so sorry, folks. Got to keep me honest, Ironcaster. Got to keep me honest.
All right, there.
All right, let's go back. Because that was sweet. Look at that. Those two. Look at this one.
It's a great perspective.
The eyes. It's the eyes. Look at how good the transfer is for a trading card in the 1980s. They're beautiful cards. There's another one.
Oh, I think that might be my favorite so far. Just the three light cycles.
And this is a sticker
Of the game.
The IO Tower from the arcade game, or one of the arcade games. All right, man. There
Was
you
there
go.
anything on the back of the sticker?
I think it's just information on it. Input output tower. In this challenge, Tron is armed with his flight disc and must destroy the deadly grid bugs that emerge from the grid surrounding the IO tower. And I guess you can actually keep your scores and dates. I don't think I've ever seen one of those. At least I haven't seen one in a long time.
That's a fun little gimmick.
Yep. Tron cards. So, folks, if you can plug me into your hours so I get my watch hours, I'll get monetized and we will have a stream. I have asked Loki, I kind of teased he should host a monetization and we'll give some of these away. Look at that. I have a few. We could either open them. We could say, this one's for Ironcaster. I can open it on the air, or I can just send it to you and you can open it yourself, whatever we decide. So, yeah, man. It's, here it is. Oh, I got to switch my camera back. Sorry about that.
This is just a lot of fun. Just kind of go on about the stuff we love. I mean,
yeah. So,
been all positive.
Orville Nation's popping in. Hey, man. Sorry, yeah, missed some fun. We had some fun, man. Look, we just went through Tron cards. Look at this, Orville Nation. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, crap. I changed the camera. Oh, I'm such a boomer.
Oh.
Look at that. Just open a pack of Tron cards. No, just talking about stuff we like. So having fun. So so it says, we are from Norway, metalheads, etc. Makes sense. We do stuff like that. Yeah. I got you. I'm with you, man. I'm not dogging anybody.
So I've got an idea for a couple of movie streams I'd like to potentially talk about. That might be one to go cover.
So I think right now we're tentatively set to do Tremors next week, but it's next week already, isn't it? Isn't it next week?
I don't remember what date we were discussing for that one.
Yes, it is the 8th.
Okay.
So next week we can't do Tuesday night. I have a screening to go to. So we will be doing a Tremors tribute night. I don't want to call it a review. I don't want to call it a breakdown. I don't have any rules. I don't own it digitally. I only have a physical copy. So I haven't thought about how am I going to, how we share stuff on here. So I may just rely on YouTube stuff at this point, unless Loki can come up with a better idea. So that will be Wednesday the 8th at 5:30. Then on the 14th, this is a big one. I mean, we should have a special guest come in so we can really, really give it its just desserts, or we just let Loki go crazy. Because I don't know about you, man. I watched it again, and it's just so good. It is Wrath of Khan night. It turned 40 as well, so Tremors. Maybe we'll do more like an hour of Tremors, or at least maybe 40 minutes or so we can tribute to maybe some other Fred Ward classics. R.I.P. Fred, like The Right Stuff and things that he been Remo Williams and stuff that Fred Ward had done. But Wrath of Khan is going to be the full time, man. Wrath of Khan is so brilliant, so concise, well written, so good. Anyway, the 4K of that gets released in September, I think it's in September, and it comes to theaters for a special 40th anniversary screening, I believe, later this year as well. So, check out Fathom Events. What are you knowing about? What?
I just realized Fred. I just pulled him up on IMDb. Fred Ward was in The Crow Salvation.
Yeah, he's on one of the Crow spinoffs. Yeah.
Also, Joe Dirt.
Oh man, you're right. I had tentatively planned on The Thing on the 21st, but that's a lot more flexible. But also, again, turned 40. So I kind of just picked stuff that was like topical because of anniversaries and things like that. But I'm pretty open. So what are some of your suggestions?
Well, I'm just kind of thinking a little bit over some of the stuff I just got recently. I wouldn't mind revisiting through the Mad Max films. The three of them.
Yeah.
As much as as much as
There's
good
only
as the
one.
fourth one
There's only
is.
one Crow movie. Yeah, we know. I rewatched those early last year, and I only watched like maybe 15 or 20 minutes of the second one. And I just kind of I'm out. I just skipped out. So, you guys in chat, you got any suggestions? You want to do like a movie or I don't know that I want to do another full TV thing right now because it was just so many weeks of commitment. And in June, we have the 8th, the 14th, 21st, the 28th is open, and then the week after that, we will not have a stream because that's the week of 4th of July. My birthday is the 1st of July, so we will have that week off because I will not be anywhere near a computer.
What about doing Jaws for the 28th? Because it's a 4th of July thing.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Okay, well, that's kind of our tentative stuff. Dark City, that's a great recommendation. That's a great film. Very underrated film. Great film. Pacific 414 in the house. So, all right. So, and then from 1998. Yeah. So, all right. So, here's the thing, guys. We only have tentatively a few minutes left, but I'm okay to go a little longer if you guys are. If Ironcaster has to go, that's okay.
I'm just sitting here.
I'll go a little bit longer. I know Jace has got a stream, things like that, so I don't want to take away, but I'm going to put it in chat. And y'all are welcome to come up in here if you want for a few minutes. Tell us about stuff that you've received. Maybe you can hold up a comic book or a card or a toy or something you got. You want to share something? Come on up in here for a few minutes. We'll go a little bit longer. Just give a few more minutes. Open the door. Let you know you're welcome. We love you guys in chat. You guys are making this possible, and it's just fun to hang out. And Ironcaster has been so cool. We survived Halo, man. We survived Halo. We did it. Our nicknames are better than the show itself. Might be honest.
Except Weasel.
Weasel was a good one. They snuck Weasel in on us. I'm not even sure I know what episode Weasel was in. It's in the middle. It's like 5 or 6 or something like that. So Pacific, I know you've been out there. Troy was out there. I know Jason, you guys are out there too. If you guys want to, you got a picture or something. Orville, if you got something you want to share. Orville has turned me on to the Orville. Like I just caved, and I love Orville. That was the other thing I meant to tell you too. So
okay.
I'm regularly watching certain shows. I'm almost through Stranger Things, which I'm enjoying. I've through a few episodes of the Orville, and I'm loving it. And I want to do special streams just to talk about the incredible dynamics of those. The Offer, which is on Paramount Plus, enjoying that. So a lot of great stuff. I'm having a good time. Jace is coming on in. He took up our offer. Let's see what he's got to say. Jace, my friend.
Hey,
how are you,
everybody?
brother?
Hey.
Ironcaster showing this off. Look at this crazy looking thing.
I'm pretty good.
It's a little dwarf in a barrel.
Evil dwarf in a barrel. That's freaking awesome, man.
Right. I had to paint this myself. Look how small this thing is.
Yeah, that's like your thumbnail.
Yeah. That is my thumbnail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like your thumbnail, just a little bit bigger. That's very awesome. I like it.
No, I just want to say it's really funny that my dad has been on a lot of chats today. And Dad, you should be resting. You're at the hospital. You should be resting.
Oh, Dad. But you know what? Thank you for being with us, bro.
So yeah, there you have my dad in the chat. He's the one who got me into all this kind of stuff, and he's the original Fox. So
hey, you know what? I feel so blessed that he would include us in his recovery time. So thanks for hanging with us, Dad.
Yeah,
Daddy
he's
Fox
amazing.
He is amazing. He's amazing.
He really is.
So for Dad, let's do something for Dad. Jace, you and I share stories all the time about stuff you're into, comic books you're into, and stuff like that. So thanks for hopping in and just being part of everything that's been going on. I appreciate that too. I had to kind of didn't include you in a lot of the Halo talk because my goodness, I don't think I could keep your head in check.
You're no.
Halo. It was so Halo was so bad. So.
I can tell you this that I am better than my father because he is more of a Halo fan than me. So, because he's an OG gamer, he was a big gamer. He loved Halo. That's one of his favorite games ever made. So we spent a lot of times together playing Halo, and it was really fun. And when he watched one episode, I got him to watch one episode, and he said that was one of the worst things he has seen in his entire life of all TV shows
We
you've seen?
we watched it, so you didn't have to. That was literally after the first episode. We're like, listen, this is how this is gonna go. We're gonna mystery science theater this thing, and I'm putting together some clips out of it and stuff like that. Oh, look, Netter's here. Netter, listen, Netter. I need to have Netter on just so we can talk about Troy, because that just
No,
sounds like fun.
I did get some figures, but I don't have my camera set up right now.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna do this again. We're gonna maybe that's what we'll
Yeah.
do on one of the nights where we go. Well, there's not like we can never do Jaws justice. Like it's been done to death. But it's such a great film. I'd love to honor it. But maybe we could do like a half and half kind of thing. So
No, so
I think it would also be interesting for that one to find someone who maybe has never seen Jaws. One of my favorite things they always do is introduce films or introduce shows to people who've never seen them and kind of get their thoughts. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Jace, have you seen Jaws?
Yes, Chris made me see it. Yeah.
What do you mean Chris made you see it? Did you not appreciate Jaws?
I was bored.
Oh my gosh.
It's not a terrible movie. It's just, for me, it was really slow. But
because from 1975, and you can't appreciate things that that are that old. I don't understand. You appreciate me. I don't understand how that's possible.
Just imagine like how it would have changed if they made the shark CGI.
No, I don't even think if the shark worked, the movie would have worked. I think I think the only reason Jaws works is because it ends up in your head and you imagine all this stuff happening and you see how much bigger it is, because there's no way they could do a shark justice. And the fact that he used a practical, robotic machine to try to make work in the water, it doesn't even, I don't even know that the studio would even try to do that today. Like they would even bother. So anyway, your dad disagrees and says Jaws was a fun movie. It is.
Oh yeah, I know he likes the movie. He is the reason I got into horror and anime and Star Wars and superheroes. So it's always been like that.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap up. It's 7:00. Jace, thanks for hanging with us for such a long time and seeing some of our silliness and whatever. And this is our nice therapy night to recoup from our Halo stuff. So thanks for on my Ironcaster. You're gonna try to. Jace has a stream coming up here in a few minutes, so feel free, folks, to hop on over there.
I'm going to say this is going to be a really fun show today because I have not been so pissed for since Last Jedi.
Okay. So, I made a Last Jedi reference in my rant, so I can totally understand the Last Jedi reference for some folks. So
the anger I have now it's.
But well, you guys go over there and spend time with Jace and hear him rant and rave. Jace, thanks for coming in and hanging with me for a few minutes, bro.
Yeah, and I just want to say, Dad, I love you. Have a healthy recovery. And it's really sad that you had to go back to hospital after having the operation that you did.
Yeah.
Because my dad did get a heart attack today.
Wow.
After he got home. So, Dad, after this stream, you're gonna
get some rest, Dad. Get some rest.
If not, I'm gonna come.
It's easier to have low stress time with Pops than it is to watch his son rant and rave. That's what happened here. He just chose me over you, buddy. That's what happened.
Yeah. The thing is that I rile him up because he's.
I know you do. You rile all of us up. You rile everyone up.
But thanks. I think it's something in the Norwegian water.
All right, man.
Black metal. Norwegian black metal.
all right, bro. You take care, man.
Take care, everybody.
Yeah. Ironcaster, it's a good time, my friend.
And then there were two.
Hey, listen, man. Thanks for everything. We had a great night. Thanks to Chris Persia running some wrench work for us during some of the stream. We appreciate that. All the chat, big names in that chat, man. I love you guys so much, and you guys have just been so special to us. It was been great to take a pause after Halo before we get into other stuff. We'll do Tremors next week. Wednesday the 8th, we'll be talking Tremors, and Loki hopefully will be able to make it back with us and make that a full night. So that's awesome. And Tom, like I said, man, Tommy, just get better, man. Rest, feel better, relax, just enjoy things, man. Find some good stuff out there. There is some good stuff. We try to talk a little bit about it tonight. So for the rest of you folks, if you like, share, subscribe to anything, I just appreciate it, man. You're making this possible. I'm just hanging out with you, loving it. And Chris says Tremors will be huge. Tremors was huge. Tremors was a great experience, man. I'll tell Tremors stories because Tremors was a funny, like the first experience watching it, and then like going back, like I got to go back and see it again. And it's like by the time we got done, I think I think we saw Tremors in theaters 3, 4, 5 times because we're in college. I mean, it wasn't like it was a lot to do, so you would just go. And yeah, I think I saw it at least. I know I saw it 3 times. I can list 3 different friends that would not have been together. So I know I saw it at least 3 times in the theater. I'm pretty sure I saw it for more than that. Just because it just kept getting better. It's kept getting better.
Like it was one of those movies I got to see quite a bit going over to our friends' houses.
Mm-hmm.
And, like someone always had a VHS copy, so we always kind of like had it in rotation as one of those like ones we kept going to.
Yeah, so that's next week. That'll be a Wednesday, the 8th at we'll start at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. If you can join us for that, we'd appreciate it. Love to have you. So, all right. Well, thanks again to all of you. Again, have a blessed week. Be true to yourself and go out there and talk hard. See you, folks.
Bye.